Hello, everyone. How are you doing? A brilliant evening it is indeed. Good morning. To some people, it's evening. To some, it's morning, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to my live. Um, Someone said EFCC joins for what? They don't have work. What are they joining for? Uh, how are you all doing? It's amazing that people would come on my live. I'll see 200 people, 180 something people already on Instagram, about 130 on Facebook at 12 midnight. Please, all these people saying EFCC, can you please help me be reporting their accounts? Maybe if Instagram closes down all the accounts of the trolls. You see, one problem we have in Nigeria today is that we're surrounded by unintelligent people holding smartphones. Someone's asking me a question. Now, Jen, you they use Abi. I live in an estate where we have 24 hours electricity. In this Nigeria, it is possible. I don't know. Of course, the electricity goes from time to time and it will go off, but it comes back in 1 minute, 2 minutes max. So not be me and you not did the same level. So no, not begin the vex for me like saying I me put you for the dilemma where you did. Anyway, today's message is about intimacy, and it's something we need to talk about. But let us start with prayer first of all. Heavenly Father, I thank you for the gift of life. I thank you for the understanding you're pouring upon this generation. I worship you and I acknowledge you. I thank you and ask for the continuation of your mercy upon us. I ask for truth and light. In Yahushua's name I pray. Amen. Smartphones operated by people who are not anywhere smart. Someone said, but light went yesterday. Oh yes, electricity goes because we have between NEPA, we have alternative power sources, and we have generators. So when we are switching, there'll be that timeout. But I've never used generator. We are not even allowed to use generator in my estate because of the noise. So all of you that are complain, the only people that can laugh at me are the people that live abroad, because abroad their light does not blink. In Nigeria, we are blessed. Some of you don't know what it's like to light and wake up with light. So big shout out to all of you who love us and are here to discuss the truth. Now, from Bishop David Oyedepo's, I'm taking this seriously because it comes from his verified Twitter handle, and it says, an intimacy-starved marriage is heading for destruction. Spouses should be available for each other, otherwise there'll be a tendency to go where they would be accepted because the burning must be satisfied. If I could find Bishop Oyedepo this night, I will hug him. This is a message the church is failing to preach, especially from elders of their generation. Many church elders are raising human beings who live in carnal bodies like they're spiritual. Yes, you're working out your spirituality, but remember, you are not Christ. You live in a carnal body. Let me share something with you from one of the teachings of the Apostle Saul. I like to call him Saul because that's what his name is. He didn't become Paul when he became a Christian or when he accepted Christ. He was always Saul and Paul at the same time from birth. If you read Acts chapter 13 verse 9, this will clarify you. Go with me to 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 5. It says, I'm reading from the New Living Translation, my preferred scriptural translation. It has less errors than the very erroneous King James. It says, do not deprive each other of intimate relations unless you both agree to refrain from intimacy for a limited time so you can give yourselves more completely to prayer. Afterwards, you should come together again so that Satan won't be able to tempt you because of your lack of self-control. So that the devil will not be able to tempt you because of your lack of self-control. If you were to read this in the original language it was written, I always like to reference the original language so it gives more clarity. It says Satanas dia ten akarasin himon. Satan, through the lack of self-control of you. And there's a word Paul used here. It says scholaste te proche. It means you might be at leisure to pray. So the intimacy doesn't disturb the spiritual work except more so for the time needed to do the intimacy. So a lot of people believe that if they want to pray, they should abstain. You know? So if you read it in the original Greek language, scholaset means to be free to pray, to be at leisure to pray. So if you read it in the especially with the church background that we have, if you read it in the original, if you read it in English, if you read one of the King James, for instance, it says, defraud ye not one another except with consent for a time, that ye may give yourself for fasting and prayer and come together again. The New Living Translation says, unless you both agree to refrain for a limited time so you can give yourselves more completely to prayer. It's making it look more spiritual. Meanwhile, the emphasis Paul was putting here, or Saul, whatever of his names you want to call him, was more so with regards to time. So you can be at leisure to pray. That's the accurate translation of this particular verse. You see why in the Free Nation we always use the Greek. So although there's nothing wrong with you and your spouse deciding to say, okay, you know what, we're not going to do this for 2 days, 3 days, so we can pray. But try to understand that it is a command or a concession, better put, more so given to afford you the leisure of prayer, the time to pray. Many people believe, for instance, in Islam, you can't demand for intimacy in the daytime from your wife during the month of Ramadan. It will be considered a punishable offense. But guess what? From evening, when you have broken your fast, you have the right to call your madam and engage with her. So a lot of people, there are lots of couples who are going through a very tough period right now because the woman has decided she wants to fast for 30 days because there's one business contract she's chasing or there's one spiritual assignment she's on, and the poor husband has to wait 30 days. In Islam, from my understanding, there's only 1 week in the whole year that you are advised to stay away from intimacy, and that's the Laylatul Qadr week, which is supposed to be the last 7 days of the fasting. Why? Because they believe that during that period, angels roam amongst us. So you want them to see you doing other things. In one whole year, only 1 week. every other day, including the fasting days. The only problem is during the fasting days, you can't do during the daytime. Wait till night. Now, you need to also reference me the words of Christ in Matthew 23 and from verse 1. Matthew 23, I typed Matthew 23, showed me multivites 23. This internet sometimes, and Matthew 23 from verse 1. I'm reading once again from the New Living Translation. It says, "Then Yahushua said to the crowd and to his disciples, the teachers of religious law and the Pharisees are the official interpreters of the law of Moses. So practice and obey what they don't follow their examples, for they don't practice what they teach. They crush people with unbearable religious demands and never lift a finger to ease the burden." They crush people with unbearable religious demands, meaning that anyone telling you that you should stay from intimacy with your spouse because you want to fast for 40 days, that person is putting an unbearable demand. Unless the two of you are wired like that, me, within that 40 days, I go down remarry. You don't understand, no be cheat. I go down go pay person dowry. Who you want kill? But more lenient, I wouldn't say lenient, more understanding. It's like saying you should not eat at all for 40 days. Your body has needs, and some of us have more needs than others. A shrew is a little rat. If a shrew does not eat every 6 hours, it will die. Meanwhile, a snake can eat now, a python can eat now, and not eat again for 1 month. A shrew must eat every 6 hours. Let me get the accurate time span. A shrew must eat every every 2 to 3 hours. I was wrong. A shrew starve if it goes without food for more than a few hours. Its metabolism is really high. If your wife just gave birth and hope you'll wait for 6 weeks. That one you get no choice. But your wife too, go they help you. Other opportunities they make una they explore them. The common shrew, also known as the Eurasian shrew, where does it say is has to eat every 2 hours or it will die. Meanwhile, a snake can stay without food for 2 months. So you are a snake. You can stay without food. Don't expect the shrew, that 2 months, the shrew would have died. They would have done burial. 2 months. A shrew cannot stay 1 day without food. Understand your metabolism. Understand yourselves. It would help you a lot. Now, another thing I need you to study with me is the book of Colossians chapter 2 verse 20. Verse 20. I wanted you to read it. I went to open Colossians chapter 1. I want you to read it once again in the New Living Translation. Like I said, the New Living Translation is one of the most accurate of all biblical translations. It's not entirely without its own faults. That's why I like us to always reference the original languages, but it's a good translation. I recommend it above every other translation. If you read from verse 20, it says, "You have died with Christ, and he has set you free from the spiritual powers of this world. So why do you keep on following the rules of the world, such as don't handle, don't taste, don't touch? Such rules are mere human teachings about things that deteriorate as we use them. These rules may seem wise because they require strong devotion, pious self-denial, and severe bodily discipline, but they provide no help in conquering a person's evil desires. They do not help in any way when it comes to conquering your desire. Paul clearly said it. He said, do not defraud. If you read the King James said, use the word defraud. It is fraud for a man to refuse his woman or for a woman to refuse her man. Headache is not an excuse. Childbearing is an excuse. Monthly cycle is an excuse. Illness is an excuse. Headache is not an excuse. I was busy at work is not an excuse. I had to do homework with the kids is not an excuse. Let's be honest with ourselves. You see, I have a problem especially with the abroad people. Headache, tired. If it was an excuse, start working on your mind. It's not an excuse. It should not be an excuse. Migraine that is severe may be. Someone said these laws no they work for Yankee, and that's why you people are in so much trouble. Headache is not. Listen to me and listen well. You want your man to stay at home. When I have this problem with Yankee people, they will tell you, you know, Yankee women have plenty rights. Woman will tell you, say, in they busy, in go work. That's why some men, I've seen men do it. They will leave a professor, they will leave a doctor, a PhD holder, and go and marry a pepper soup seller that we have time for them. I've seen it over and over and over again. Sometimes it gets to a point where the man will look at you and see, what is the value of a woman in my life? What do I really need you for? If I need you to enjoy myself, then all this your plenty degree are getting in the way. You will see it. Many of you women here who are doing the day you find out who your husband is cheating on you with, you will nearly cry. Say and Canada, you will nearly cry. Some people just collect house girl. Let me tell you, some men, they use their house girls to relieve themselves. Just release, finish, not anything. They don't want to care about you meet your parents. No, when they are done, they'll give you 5K or 2K or 10K. Everybody moves on, is happy. Some house girls will get sense, no go even disrespect their madam. They respect the madam more. Someone says it goes both ways. Don't worry, I'm coming to the men too. Any woman that is in that situation, you are too busy for your husband, you always have headaches, you always have work. If you find out that your house girl is outsourcing, don't be angry. Don't be angry. As long as she's not collecting your husband, don't be angry, because it is your fault. My Abroadarian people come and tell me that if you can't blame, I will blame you. Your society taught you wrong. It's not everything that is abroad that makes sense. It's not everything. I'm going to deal with the men, even though this is not specifically gender specific. I'm dealing with the women first. Because now they quick cry, he left me. Let me tell you, when I wanted to get married, when I found out that my ex was pregnant, there was this other girl that I was dating on and off. I wasn't particularly serious with her. I always remember this. Anytime we fought, and why was it fighting? You know, when you're not serious with a girl, you know, this girl knows Sabi refusal. Fine, girls will know Sabi refuse. They also get their own problem. Means they can also be giving somebody else and not refusing. So maybe I didn't get married to her, thankfully, for whatever reasons. But I remember one time we quarreled. This girl no we told you. Inside quarrel. And I'm going to tell all of you, quarrel is not reason enough to lock your shop. Say he no give you money for Gucci bag, it's not reason. The only reasons I've given you: extreme sickness, childbirth, and the days you have off every month as a woman. God don't give you 3 or 4 days, some of you 5 days, that your free period with that. Anything after that, go and work for that marriage. Go and work. Go and do a little show for your husband. Go and learn it. Go and do a little show for your husband. You are your husband's a little show. Go and do it. Unless your husband, unless the two of you, like Apostle Paul said, mutual consent. The two of us are tired. Good. Or I am so tired and my husband is not really up for it. Good. Or I am tired and my husband does not have the power for it as well. I am busy and my husband is busy. The two of us are busy. That's also dangerous, because inside the busy, you have free time at work, and the secretary Bakasi big pass your own, and that secretary go give to even that one. Be careful. The two of you are too busy. Secretary day office, and secretary just finish NYSC. Her body dey hot. She never born. Nothing where Oga tell her to do where she no go do. If Oga say bend down, she go bend down. Say if Oga say put leg on top of fridge and put the other one on top of gate outside and put your neck on Lekki toll gate, she go do all. So you dey do yourself. Hey, am I with you? Prayer or fasting is also not an excuse. During the day, if you want to. And listen, Paul was right. He said mutual consent. If I don't give you consent, don't try it too. Now your fast is wasted. Or you will fast and do it. That way God will accept the fast. But say you deprive me, you can't talk, say you talk to God. God don't first give you husband for house. You never answer him. Man too, God don't give you wife. Your wife body they bite am. You say you dey fast. Which fast are you fasting? So that your wife will go and look at another man and her body go begin the torture him. The next thing now, she cheated on me, she cheated on me, she cheated on me. Yes, there are people who are perpetual cheats. Nothing you want to give them in this life, they will continue cheating. I'm not talking about those ones. I'm talking about the normal ones who are led into temptation by you. The Lord's Prayer said, lead us not into temptation and deliver us from the evil one. Lead us not into temptation. Some of you, now you they lead your husbands. I'm going to tell you a story. I was in a relationship once, I'll not mention which one. Learn from my experiences. The woman, she sabi waka for house naked. She sabi. She would just dey waka, dey jiggle everything. Waka go, waka come, enter bathroom, come out, and you dare not touch. So only you go there. They mind your business. They go show you Bobby. They go show you the other one. You did it. You try to touch like this, na problem. Baba, you go reach stage where she go dey be your temptation. Now other girls for outside now go dey cure your conji. At a point, I had to tell the woman, I say, auntie, wear clothes. I don't want to see you naked again in my life. Just wear clothes. They wear your clothes. This thing where they do no good, it no make sense. Now torture. Why can't you hold yourself? You know, Oprah Winfrey, they teach people plenty nonsense. Me, I know say I know if it marry for America, I know if it live for America. I know say I know if it follow una do. I like America, that nice place. I fit come there 2 weeks after that he end. So I go there inside house, one woman will begin to read me riot act. I know even if you follow una do. Una way they do una they try. And you dare not cheat there. You cheat like this, they will collect your house. Baba, more did this Nigeria. Make everybody they respect themselves. So a lot of women disagree with this. And you'll be lucky if you have a man who's like a snake. You can eat once every 3 months, you'll be fine. But if your man is a shrew, you're killing that man. Now this also flips for the women. I know women who na society and religion, now you know let their true color come out. Some of them like you 4 times a day. I've met those kind of women before. They exist. Some people tell you it's a lie. They exist. When you are like that, please address it with your husband. Men, you want to marry, you marry from the same church. You want to marry a woman that can pray. Women want to marry men that can pray. No, marry a man that can pray and cannot give. And then you've prayed and all your prayer has been answered. But then that one still they scratch you. He no go walk. He no go walk. I've counseled women that live apart from their men, and then the man comes around for 2 weeks to spend time with his family, and they do it only once. As in, you should hear the frustration in the woman's voice. You go pity the woman. First of all, the two of you don't live together. You now come visiting. And then the first thing the man wants to do is hang out with the children. If I get that kind of husband and I be woman, if I know saying they come tomorrow, I carry the children, go another village, go dash my mama first, make they there with them. If you not attend to me, I'm not going to even tell her the location of the children, go cry tire. Then the woman go tell me, say, she they go meet the guy. Say, Baba, no, do this thing. The guy will begin rake and say, is this all you have on your mind? Is that what I came for? Can't we just spend time together? Can't we go and watch a movie? I've counseled women like this before. You go to hear them, they nearly cry, say, Daddy Freeze, what do I do? And let me tell you, those were the women that were more prone. Some know they even worry. Okay, you want to play with your children, don't worry. One guy will just, they service me for side. So you see, that religion that you want to practice, that prayer that you want to pray, you'll be praying it inside hypocrisy. Because you go pray finish, you go meet your name. You go pray finish, you go meet your babe. You go pray finish, you go carry a low show. You go pray finish, you go cheat on your husband. As you see me so, I thank God to the glory of God. I've never denied any woman I've ever been in a relationship with. All the unholy ones before I gave my life to Christ, and all the holy ones after, I've never. Say woman say come and do, and I say no. Never. They not wire us like that. They not teach us like that. Anytime she says she wants it 3 times a day, we are ready. The only thing we did there be say, small time you go drink small powerhouse, you go do small press up, you go change your diet. You have to live it up. You have to live it up. It's your responsibility. Denial of intimacy is grounds for divorce. It's just like we don't have sense in this part of the world. A judge will keep a woman that has not been that has been denied intimacy for years and will not divorce her because the judge doesn't want to be the one to pronounce the wrath of God. Please, let's stay away from that. So what does the woman do? The woman cheats inside the relationship, or the man cheats inside the relationship. Finish. So my problem with us and the type of religion we have created is we have people who don't do this outside wedlock except until when they are married. They wait till they marry, and then inside they marry, they turn to full-time Ashewo and full-time Olosho. So the bishop was very right. And I love what he's saying here. He says, a starved marriage is heading for destruction. It is heading. Now, how do we define starved? It's relative. Starved to me might be if I don't get it twice a day. Starved to somebody else might be if he doesn't get it twice a week. Starved for the next person might be if he doesn't get it twice a month. Am I communicating here? So those, the bishop says starved. You've gotten it twice this week. You are not starved. You don't know as if God did do everybody body. But let me tell you something, especially when you are young, a young man in his 20s. between 25 and about 35. That thing no dey gree sit down. When you stand up, na so e go stand with you. You go dey waka, the thing go dey stand. Papa, na nature. You can't pray it down. Bathing with Gary does not cure hunger. Make some eba. Look at someone beside you and tell them, make eba. All this one no be food. All these people they talk this no be food. Now them now their husband tabi cheat on them pass. Who tell you say no be food? Tio, brother, how you dey? So you go and marry a 30-year-old man when blood dey hot, unless he has diabetes or hypertension or any of those. Normal pikin 30-year-old boy wey him body go dey charge like firewood. You come dey tell am say twice a week. Okobare. And this is one thing Niger Delta babes are very good at. They sabi collect Yoruba woman husband. Yoruba woman sabi, hey, is it food? I want to go and work. Niger Delta woman. Now you be her food, now you be her work. She go open office for your head. I remember a story of a couple I heard. The wife, Yoruba girl, they stay London. Him, they stay Nigeria. They marry finish. The wife never born. Okay, you never born. Come stay with us. She doesn't like Nigeria. Yeah. Now in they post my guy, go Port Harcourt. My guy reach Port Harcourt. He jam Calabari babe. Calabari babe turn him to her work, turn him to her food. Before she know her, she born 2 sets of twins for him. By the time the wife come back, she begin to shout up, shout, go down. The marriage was dissolved because they didn't even have children. You get husband, you leave your husband, you go, they do work, they form, say you they busy, Oyibo woman. Let me tell you something. African men were not raised with the Oyibo mentality, and they don't have the Oyibo genetic build. Oyibo is built genetically to receive no from his wife. Now so they build themselves. African man we get 2 wives. So that my grandfather we get 4 wives. I don't know my papa we get 2 wives. Now you won't tell all this kind of story. I'm asking you. My papa we get 2 wives. Now you want to tell all these stories. I mean the Abraham way they follow. You don't say you get wife and concubine. Let me tell you, when Sarah died, he still married again. And he still had concubines. And remember, he still had, what was the Egyptian girl's name? Hagar. To make you day careful. This is a very important message. Some people don't take it as the gospel. I saw people saying all sorts of things about this talk on Instagram. What's the bishop saying? This message from the bishop is what will save your marriage. Go and sit down and pray. Hold your husband's hand, hold your wife's hand, and dedicate time to it. Let me tell you one thing with women. Women that have children and that have work. Before they have children and their work, their whole body will bite them. The moment they have children and work, their minds are fragmented into children, work, chores, and then they leave only a very little space for you. Do you know how many times you go and meet your woman and your woman say, no, I'm not in the mood, and at the end of the day, she go get like 2 orgasms, even though she know they in the mood. You have to make her put her in the mood. When the woman says no, sometimes you have to convince her. Convince not be force, so convince now I talk. I not tell you say make you beat her, I not tell you say make you force her. Convince her. And a good woman, by convince, when you say no, it means that, okay, do what you want to do, I'm not in the mood. It does not mean you can still not do. Women, you also have to learn to do just so that your man go fit let him body come down. And don't be sleeping off. Yes, someone will just say, yeah, here's the shop, go and take whatever you want, I open up for you. No. Be there, try. Even if na hug, you would hug him. Even if na encourage, you would encourage him. Put yourself in it. It's very important. These are the things that will keep you together in your 60s. When the man no longer has power and you no longer have the desire, this is what will keep you together. Because many of you don't lose your husband for 50 because you don't go follow Calabari babe, or you don't go follow Calabar girl, or you don't go follow house girl. Your marriage don't spoil. You have nothing to look back on in your 60s. All your work, you come, they divide assets, they pay lawyers, they don't, they collect money, they happy. And sometimes weather too, you get the way rain go fall like this, man body go just begin to charge like say you plug into electricity. Someone say all run girls, they go collect your husband. You go talk tired, go try tired, go accuse the guy tired. You know how many women have come to accuse me, and when they are done, my husband is so useless, sleep with everything. I say, auntie, one man came, my husband cannot hold his body. He cannot hold his body even for 1 week. Anytime he goes on leave, he does this. Anytime he goes, auntie, come. How many times do you and your husband do it? The first question she asked me was, is it work? Is it food? I say, auntie, anything you see for your husband hand, now you cause am. People go begin vex with me, all the modern, let me tell you, all you modern women rights, I'm a feminist, this. When you enter marriage, now your eye go clear. Someone say, man, Calabar almost messed me up. They go mess you up. You go see girl we fine past your mama. That's not if your mama fine. You go see girl we be like angel. And she go give you, she go cook for you, and she go come clean past even your way. How about you don't know anything? No? My guy tell me one day, say, him marry him wife, put for house. Him wife can't go bring house girl come. Say, him no know to tell the wife, say, make you style, tell her, say, the girl, they lazy, the wife no gree sack the girl. Him just, they look the wife, say, how will you do this to yourself? The man, they work from home. The woman, they work for Abuja. Which day house girl no go get belle? My guy tell me say he do D&C with house girl reach 5. I can't tell and say, Papa, no put yourself for trouble. The woman will come here tomorrow. He's a dog. I'm breaking up with him. Were you there? You know fine. You know curve. You know concrete stay house. Which kind of nonsense be that? Fine, you know fine. Curve, you know curve. And let me tell you, when a woman is too argumentative, when a woman is too feisty, one girl, they tell me those days, say, all my boyfriends like me for being feisty. I say, you are 35 years old. How come none of them have married you? They like that feisty girl to hang out with, to go watch movie with once in a while. They like you in small doses. Who wants to put you inside their house? I'm 35 now. She's going to be like 37. Sorry, I'm 45. She's going to be about 37. No man agree put down for house. Who won't put feisty inside house? Marriage is not, of course, is not an achievement. But you where they date, at least one day go on, make they propose. Because she never communicated to me that she wants to be single for the rest of her life. And the way I'm looking at it, it looks like that's going to be her calling. Someone said, Daddy Free, send your answer. Please help me post it. Anybody that wants to dash me, make it dash me. Anybody will get my account. I don't tire to the post account. Because this message touch you, Abi. This is not the kind of message where even me self fit go winners, go give offering. Because do you know how many marriages Bishop don't say with this message? Me, as you see me, so I feel go drop small offering. Say, Baba, you preach message, oh, this message enter, oh. Someone said, pin it. If you put your account number here, I will block you. You think you have sense? Just put your account number, I will block you. As you are putting your account number, I will block you. Access, is that correct? If yes, I send you 50K. That's not my correct. That's not my account number. And I'm going to block you. You can't come and be trying to scam people. Put any account number here, straight blocking. So if you don't want to be blocked, don't put any account number. If anybody wants to pin, if they have my account number, they can pin it. If they don't, leave it. So I know waiting be as a no, I don't. There's one thing I don't chill for. That's fraud now. Small time now they say hush puppy they give you opportunity hush puppy get. You go defraud the moon. We don't wake up one day we go see say we don't get moon again. You don't go sell am. The reason why you are the way you are is because you don't have the opportunity. You will won't come here. You hear that the freeze they preach. Person say that the freeze give me your account number. You don't quickly go type your own. You and hush puppy. Waiting be the difference. Nonsense people. And then Sabi criticize pass. Now so their mouth with a sweet. Oh, he defrauded. If they allow only you go don't sell River Niger. We don't wake up one day, we go see say we don't get light again. What happen? They don't sell Kanji down. You could have hold yourself. Someone said the difference is naira and dollars. Yes, the intent is the same. The intent is the same. Someone say, you don't pay me now. And they look for money. Esther Mori, thank you. I'm going to leave it up only for 5 minutes because I have a request for someone else, and this is for the church. A friend of mine, more like a former colleague of mine who I went to the university with, just passed on recently. And his wife reached out to me. Apparently she reached out to me when he was very sick. He was going through kidney issues. And I told her to call back, and I think she did, but you people don't know how busy Daddy Freeze is. Answering here, interview here, preparing for someone here. Sometimes they off phone. Everybody just leave me. You know? Someone said, now your Azar they pinned. Yes, so now ain't be that. But I'm taking it off in 5 minutes. So, you know, she reached out to me, and unfortunately, somewhere in the line, I wasn't able to come through for her. They needed money for him. He needed to be on dialysis. Unfortunately, he has passed on. And his wife is now a widow with 4 children. So I would like us to help her. You know, there's a special blessing for widows, young or whatever it is. We're not saying put on a monthly salary, just whatever it is that we can come up together with as a church. Let's give her and say, okay, this is our, because somebody will die of kidney problem. You know how much the family go down spend? Then they go still do burial. So please, let us be Christians here, and let us reach out to help the needy. If you read James chapter 2 verse 27, James chapter 2 or James chapter 1, I beg your pardon, 27, it says, pure and diluted religion in the sight of God means caring for orphans and widows in their distress and refusing to let the world corrupt you. There is no gospel, there's no religion that is bigger than this. So I'm going to remove my account details, and I'm going to put up the church account details. Money doesn't come to me from the church, it goes specially to our project, whatever project we have. If anybody has the church account, please help. Just type widow, just put widow, and by the end of the week, whatever we're able to raise, I would give to her, and that would be our those of you who want to give her anything, please, here are the account details. Here are the account details: 101-642-6338, Zenith Bank, Free the Sheeple Ministry. 101-642-6338. 101-642-6338. Just type widow when you're sending whatever it is that you're sending. Let us thank you so much, Esther Omori. God bless you. Let me pin this first. Okay, I've got someone with me. Hello.
Yes, boss. Daddy Freeze.
How far, my brother?
Boss, I've been newcomer.
Are you serious?
I'm telling you, like, I've been hearing a lot about you. And I just followed this today. Like, I'm so shocked you accepted my request. Like, today is one of the best days of my life.
All right, bro. Hope you're good.
Yeah, honestly, Daddy, I followed your message online, YouTube, everywhere. But I decided to check you up on Instagram today. And the message this night was awesome. I had to stay awake this time to make sure I'm part of these teachings today.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, dear brother. Thank you, and
Yes,
God bless you. Okay.
uh, okay, but I have a question.
Okay, real
Regarding
quick.
the
Go
teaching.
ahead.
Yeah, about the whole idea of the sex, marriage, and everything.
Yes.
My question is, there are spouse, probably
Yes.
there are some spouse that have that sexual aura, or that sexual urge is very high.
Yes.
So how do you deal with that? Maybe your
These are the
partner
issues you
has
have to discuss. Let me answer this once you get off. These are the issues you discuss before you get married. It's not just where are you from. I must marry an Igbo girl. I must marry a Yoruba girl. I must marry Hausa. These are the issues you have to discuss. These are the issues. Don't be shy. It's not only how do I describe it? It's not only how much prayer do you pray in a day. Learn to raise all these issues and learn to discuss them. Okay? Let me see. Let me bring a lady up. If somebody says Antichrist, repent. Well, Uncle Devil. One guy say, now the mouth oh, I ain't break my guy marriage. It break. So I think I've tried. Please, guys, don't forget to send your contribution to this particular widow. She's young. If somebody's my age, we're in university together, how old can his wife be? Okay? So please, let's see how we can help her. Please place the account number on this live. Unfortunately, I can't type on YouTube. I don't know, YouTube doesn't allow the person going live to type. Free the Sheeple Ministry, 101-642-6338, Zenith Bank. YouTube people, please take the number down: 101-642-6338. I hope I got that. 101-642-6338. Let me block this Uncle Christ here that doesn't have sense. He say EFCC, they find me. Now, man, know what? They find you and your papa. Come out for here. Thank you, Daddy Freeze. Oh, Kiffy Direct, thank you so much for reaching out via that. Call you. All right, guys. I want a woman here to come up. I've brought a guy. About my mouth, no good though. Okay, thank you, Festus. Yeah, Nneka has pinned it 101-642-6338. Please, please. Her husband just passed. And please tag it widow. Please tag it widow. Very important. Tag it widow, widow, widow. Okay? I think I can round off now. Thank you all for joining us. Okay. Thank you all for joining us. I'm trying to see if there's anyone else I can bring on. Let's have a conversation. Nurse Regina, do you have our time today? Let me see if I can bring you up for a few minutes. More like for 1 minute, because I don't tire. I think I go spend time with my madam. I enjoyed today's session, Daddy Freeze. The excitement in your face was to die for. Yeah. Hello.
Daddy Freeze, I went for a dinner. I just got back and I missed all the video.
Oh,
so I'm gonna watch it.
Okay, watch it and get back to us. It's something I know you'd like.
But there are some people that are insulting you. You need to block them or something. They don't have to be here. It's not by force.
Just mention their names. I need somebody to help me be mentioning their names.
I've mentioned 2.
Okay.
Yeah, it's you don't have to be here if you don't agree with the teaching or whatever.
You don't have to be here. Just go.
Because Daddy Freeze get bad mouth though. He will finish you.
You know, and you see, the problem is my mother-in-law. She's going to come and fight me again for abusing people. That's the thing. She go rake me again, say, I know they hear word. Why they always fight people? But when the people, they talk nonsense. So that's why.
I know.
You know?
I'll watch it.
Okay, someone said the Lozo Floxy is one of the people that was insulting me. Is that one of them?
Mary Jane. There's this Mary Jane.
I think I blocked that one.
Something.
I blocked that one.
She's just been talking. Then there's another person again. Thank you. I'm ugly. Your own mother is also very
Hey, you don't see. They go start. No answer them. No answer them. No answer them. No answer them.
Can you imagine? Oh my God.
If you listen to them, and guess what? Regina is a fine girl. Just go and watch our past videos. Of all the women where they bring, she fine well. And she get husband. You day like this, you dey find who you go carry this knife for 3,000 naira. And the 3,000 naira self, you not complete for your account.
Because anyway, you did an amazing job.
My dear sister, thank you,
Jare. I went for dinner and I just came and I saw you and I'm like, oh my God, I'm late. So I was trying to tell you to save the video so that
my regards to your husband. How is he doing?
Who?
Your husband.
Oh, the doctor. He's busy. He's on call. So he's busy writing his notes for his patients.
Abi, you take care of you and the children and all those things. Very important.
I have my own job. I'm a nurse, remember? I have my own job. I went for night shift yesterday, so
how was it?
Very tired. So I didn't cook, so we just went out to have dinner.
Very nice, very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Take care, Regina. I'm closing this right now. Guys, don't forget to please assist us with that widow so we can give her something by the end of the week. She just lost.
Right, let me take a screenshot. I'll take a screenshot of it so that I could.
You can send your widow's mind. Please,
yes.
Let it be comfortable for you. I don't like putting people under pressure.
No, it's fine.
Even though widow, there is blessing for it. But if you do it for the blessing, you won't get the blessing. Do it because your heart is pure and you want to help. There is blessing for widow. Forget it. This no be Daddy Freeze where you want dash, say Daddy Freeze print your azar. Widow, old law, new law, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, all recognize the blessings in giving to a widow or an orphan. And right now, children will not get papa, and woman we just lost her young husband. Blessing they there. I don't feel like give you James chapter 1 verse 27. The Bible says is the most pure religion ever. Is more important than prayer. Is more important than fasting. Is more as in taking care of widows and orphans. Is more important than speaking in tongues. Religion that is pure and undiluted before God. No joke with Amo. Regina, take good care of yourself.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, dear sister. So once again, let me read out the account details for. Remember to put widow there so we can track the funds. 101-642-6338 Zenith Bank, Free the Sheeple Ministry. 101-642-6338 Zenith Bank, Free the Sheeple Ministry. Thank you so much, all of you. Please, let's make this possible, okay? Love you all, love you so dearly. I'm gonna try to take a break tomorrow, but of course there'll always be something that'll bring me online. I'll try not to, but if you see me online, please do join us. Someone says, are we donating? Yes, you missed it. There's a young widow who just lost her husband. Her husband was my former colleague in the University of Ibadan. Quite a popular guy back then. Okay. Hey, Binta Ghana, how come I haven't seen you? Dobiski, all of you, take care. Efe, Dai, I wanted to bring you on the other time. You asked a question. I've forgotten what it was. What about those outside Nigeria? Forgive me, I'm going to work on something and I'm going to work on it this week. Hey! How are you doing?
Oh my God, good. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. You were asking a question earlier on.
Yes. So what was the question?
You were asking it. I remember you asking a question.
Oh no, yes. Yeah. Let me step out from where I am. I'm in the lab right now because I work as a CLS.
What is a CLS?
So I'm in the lab right. Clinical lab scientist.
What country?
I'm in the US. I'm in California.
Oh,
if
okay.
you're in California, you should let me know.
Oh, sure. Definitely, sis. Yes.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
I'm actually like really okay. Let me see. I have a confession to make. One, I didn't used to be a fan. I have to be honest, because initially I was like, what's that defeat all about? It's always saying one thing or the other. But then I started listening to your teaching back to back, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe like I've been defrauded all my life. Like I'm 31 and I've been defrauded. So it's like I'm learning a whole lot. Like I just want to say thank you.
Oh.
I haven't paid my tithe in forever, and things have not been tight for me, for sure. I hear that a lot. They always say things will be tight. It's a lie. It's a scam. I've been able to save more since, so definitely that's a scam. So I really want to thank you. Oh. So my question about the marriage.
Yes.
So for the women that feel like if they're not in good terms with their husband and they're not able to, perform
the duties,
sexual conduct. Is it technically wrong? Because emotionally they are not there.
Now,
do you actually think it's
now? Okay. Let me discuss this with you. Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Okay. You see, the question at the back of your mind should be: this vex that I'm vexing, is it to end this marriage, or is it because I want to prove a point? If it is to end the marriage, then you have no obligation anymore because you are tired. Maybe he's giving you an STI, or he's cheated on you, or he's stolen your money, or he's done something that you can't live with anymore, and you're ending the marriage. But if it is that you are upset because of one thing he said and you still love him, but he just is annoying sometimes, like I am, like you all are, you understand, then you don't have the right to deprive him, because you are cutting the marriage each time you are depriving him. You see, a marriage is a job. Someone said to me, intimacy has become a chore. I said, come, in marriage it is a job. It is a chore. It's a household chore. Let's deal with it. Let's tell ourselves the truth. When you're dating a guy and he takes you out and buys you flowers and takes you to the movies and gets you that Gucci bag, and you decide, oh, he's been so nice to me, let me be intimate with him. You see, that is emotional. That emotion ends when you enter marriage. When you enter marriage, it becomes a job. You have to do it. If you don't do it, somebody else would. Do you understand? It's like your
Okay.
kids. You've got to teach them. You've got to raise them. This is you. Yes, it is good when you do it with emotions, but as a woman, I can guarantee you, a woman is emotionally attached to her intimacy maybe once or twice a week at the most, and average 2-3 times a month. There are women who, if you go and meet them 2-3 times a month, they've had it for that month, they are good. So the remaining 5 days or 7 days in that week, the remaining 2 weeks, how does the man cope? So you have to know that, okay, there's going to be 3 times in a month that you are going to do it for yourself. The rest you are going to do for him as a job. Of course, that doesn't mean your husband will not cheat. Man will use less, will use less still. But then you know you've done your bit. Do you understand? If you are building a bridge for the government and your job is cement contractor, and they say bring 100 bags of cement, don't say that because the person is going to sell 50 and use only 50 to do the job. You do your own job. Bring the 100 bags that they paid you for. Then let the person that wants to steal. But you make sure that you've done your own part. That is my advice. It's a concession. It's not a command. God didn't tell me to come here and command you people to do this. But it's a concession that would work. Because I'm a man. I've been married twice. I know what it is like to be deprived. It is not a good feeling. You will not enjoy it, especially for men. Some of us have painful sessions. Trust me. Forget what Oprah Winfrey and all the feminist movement are telling you.
That's real for sure. That's real.
Let me tell you, you can get a man borderline violent. As in borderline, the man's gonna come and he's gonna flip at you. He's gonna get angry with you. He's gonna fight you over these things. So you've got to be very careful with that narrative, especially the narrative the Oyedepo people are trying to sell. Respect your wife. If she's not in the mood, if she has a headache, if you have a headache, you have no business marrying. If you have a headache more than once or twice a year, go and see your doctor. If they're going to bypass somewhere in your brain, let them bypass it so you'll not be having the headache. You have a job to do. Marriage is a job. And the one who gets neglected the most is the husband. Women would, if your son wakes you up at 12 midnight that he needs something, you find yourself getting up to go and get it for your son. Meanwhile, your husband will ask you for something at 9:30. You'll be looking at him. The next thing is, my child is dependent on me. Who's your husband dependent on? Your house girl? You see, there's something about intimacy that a lot of people don't discuss. If you were my wife, for instance, and I don't give you food, you could go next door to eat. It's not a crime, it's not a sin. You could go to your mother's place to eat. Do you understand? You can literally even go to your ex-boyfriend's house to eat. If I didn't buy you clothes, you could get clothes from your mom, you could get clothes from your friends, you could get... But if I deprive you of that, there is nowhere you can legally go or morally go and be justified. So that is one rope I have tied around your neck like this.
Yeah.
And if I don't do it, you are morally and legally bound to feel the pains of neglect, because there is nowhere you can go. If you say you're not going to talk to me, I can talk to my secretary at work, legally and morally. I can talk to my friends. I can talk to my mom. I can't go and meet my mom for this.
Yeah.
Do you understand? It's not like I have 4 wives. Okay, Regina is not in the mood tonight. Let me go and meet BC. No, I'm stuck with you. And the next thing is the man should have self-control. I don't preach that. I'm sorry, I don't preach that. I didn't marry you to have self-control. If I wanted to be self-control, have self-control, I'll be a priest. Why should I have self-control in a marriage? When it's not that you just finished having a child. When it's not like you have a life-threatening disease, like you're on dialysis now, and I'm now saying, well, everybody be angry and say, what kind of a wicked person is this? But then you have ordinary headache. Use Tylenol. Drink 2. 30 minutes later, I'll come and meet you. Yes, now drink painkiller. I don't know. A lot of people disagree with me and will quarrel with me and all that. I've told you my own. You are stuck in this with this one person. Make it worth it for them. I hope this works for you. Do you ever refuse your guy?
Daddy please. No way. In the DM.
In the DM. All right. in the DM, my sister. I'll respond to your DM. Please send the DM now,
Thank
because
you,
if you waste 30 minutes, before you know, there'll be like 50 DMs. I'll not be able to find your own. So send me the DM so I can follow you back. Take care. God bless you. And please, all of you, don't forget the widow I'm trying to raise some funds for. Whatever it is you can send for her, let me be able to package and give her by the end of the week. It's Free the Sheeple Ministry, Zenith Bank 101-642-6338. I'm not telling you. You don't have to. If you don't have, the Apostle Paul was very clear.
I have to, because I know what it means to, I mean, I'm an orphan. Both parents are dead, so I know what it means to, not have money. So truly,
her husband just went through dialysis. Her husband just went through dialysis. She still had to bury him, and she still has to raise her kids.
Yeah.
You understand? These are the times when they need your assistance the most. She's a very busy woman, and she's hardworking. She has a business she's running. But let me tell you the problem with business. When you pull too much money out of the business and you're not putting anything back to shock it back, that business can suffer, especially in today's Nigeria, where the dollar is now 520.
Oh, yeah, I heard that. That was shocking.
Yeah. I'm sure for you American people, it's a good thing. $2,000 is now 1 million naira. 1.something million. Hey, ordinary 2K. All right, my darling sister. Take care and God bless. I'll cut out this portion of the video and put it up as a video itself. Take care.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.